Hey, Craig, let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
Oh, Mr. Craig.
It's a coffee talk. What are we going to talk
It's a
about?
coffee talk. Dogs. Your little crying emoji you just put on there. You're a little hangry right now,
A little hangry.
Craig.
A little hangry.
Craig, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about leadership. What do you think about that?
It's a subject I love to talk about.
It's a good one. It's a good one. And I actually agent, and I used to be like this. I used to be the agent that when somebody came in, this is kind of what I think a lot of people like. It's like, well, when you prove yourself to me, then I'll buy you leads and I'll put more on you. Where are you going, Craig?
It keeps freezing up. I'm gonna go closer to the Wi-Fi. We have to get our Wi-Fi changed up around here.
Oh, we got to do that sometimes.
I'm gonna sit on the. I'm sitting on the floor in the kitchen, in my office.
I don't even know where I was. Oh yeah. The prove yourself to me concept. And I feel like a lot of agents have that mentality, like prove yourself to me.
They do.
But I don't know if that's great leadership. Aren't you supposed to lead by example?
Yeah. Well, that's the saying. I mean, I came into it with that mindset too. And I've since changed that.
Right.
I always say the Darth Vader of leadership, right? Doesn't work.
Yeah.
I came in coming from Merrill Lynch, by hand, all day long, whatever, 500 dials, grinding. It's just, whether it's a different world now or it's just 2020, regardless, it doesn't work, and I know that I grinded, and it was a struggle. It's like it could have been so much better if there was actually a leader when when I was younger and going through that grind. Like there was it was just like figure it out, right? And hardly any. Well, there was internet, so there was stuff to read, and boards and that kind of thing. But it was like you have to figure it out, and a lot of people don't.
Well, how did that make you
figure it
feel?
out? Pretty alone on an island, Mr. Jason.
It doesn't feel good to figure it out, right?
No.
It's like that dad syndrome that some people get, where it's like, oh, I had to truck through the snow, so you got to be a man and deal with this. It's like, yeah, but it's like, dude, did you like doing that? Well, no. Well, then why the heck would you make your kid do that? Like, what do you like? I don't know.
It's the rite of passage or something, right?
Yeah, I don't like that mentality. I'm not a very dude like that. Like I don't have that in me. I always question stuff, and I just don't understand why people have that kind of mentality. I don't think if you look at it this way, I want the best result, right? Well, then get the best result out of your people. Don't set them up for like a failure type thing. Because like, let's say half the people don't work out with your prove yourself concept. Dude, how much did you just spend hiring that person, having them figure it out, and then they're gone? Not to mention the morale in the office and everything else that goes along with that. That's not a culture that I would want to be a part of.
Right. Well, the audio's off. You there?
I am here, Mr. Craig. I'm waiting for your words of wisdom.
Like Grant Botma said, right? We've had him on the show, and his whole thing is about culture. I mean, he gives out, and I was up in the middle of the night thinking, because you're always thinking, right, about this stuff, and I was thinking about how he gives unlimited vacation, and I thought it has to work. Otherwise, he wouldn't give unlimited vacation, right? Otherwise, so here's what can happen. Here's the outcome of that, right? Everybody never comes in and they say, I have unlimited vacation, right? But if they did that, then clearly you can't have them here. So I think that it's almost this reverse psychology, right? Here, you can take off as much as you want, but they're going to feel bad if they do. And so in the same way, if you bring it, like it doesn't mean lead by example, doesn't mean you're out there writing policies, but it at least means, well, maybe you are when you're at the beginning of the whole thing, but it at least means you're coming in, you're helping to train, you're supporting them, right? You're giving them support from the leadership potential. And hey, maybe it's not you. Maybe now you've grown enough where you can hire somebody that can do that, but you have to provide the tools, right? You can't say, go be a carpenter, but use your hands the whole time and put all this stuff together over here because I had to, right? Okay, great. What did you teach, right? And to your point, and the cost, like my team that I have now, since I've really gone into the Jason framework or mindset of not making them, the non-Darth Vader approach, I haven't had turnover. Like they're here, right? They're all here. It's on them. I provide training. I provide the resources. They get hundreds of leads a day. They have telemarketers. Like you couldn't get they have the highest base in Tucson. Like you couldn't get a better. Here you go, right? And we're going to teach you everything. Than what they have. So they'd be crazy if they want to be in this business to go anywhere else. The only other place is to go to a call center, which may pay more, but there's a trade-off there.
Yeah, and then you provide the culture that allows them to feel free and not want to be a part of that kind of thing. So you're providing them more value than they're providing you. Well, not necessarily, but you're providing them with you're leading by providing them with value instead of saying, I'm not going to give you value until you prove yourself. Until you provide the value to me, then I'll provide value to you. You're not doing that.
Right.
You're providing them value and they're providing you value. That's a good relationship, right? It's not a take, then I'll give relationship. It's a give take.
Yeah, and I'm always looking, and I know you are too, right? I always have a virtual assistant that is like that looks at the ads, does the whole thing, right? Runs the hiring part of it. And back before COVID, we had the team hired thing going, and now we're not doing that so much because we're just working the leads on Indeed or whatever. But so you always are trying to fill that pipeline because you never know if you're going to find somebody. And I haven't had somebody new come on in a while just because nobody good has come along, right? And nobody's made it for 3-4 interviews. So the other part is not getting in that cycle of, okay, you're Darth Vader, they don't like it, they leave, now I gotta scramble to find somebody, they suck because I made concessions, right? It's like, okay, we got the right team, we got the right culture, we're not bringing in somebody that's gonna rock the boat, and if we do, then it's on me. So we go super slow now. Super slow. I've had somebody go through 4 and then say, yeah, it's not 100% on it, and I'm not going to do it unless it's 100%. And everybody votes. And if one person says no, then it's, well.
Wow. Love it.
Yeah, because you're going to rock that boat.
Don't rock that boat.
It's cancerous.
No.
That cancer.
Oh, yes, they do say that, Craig.
Mm-hmm. It's like bringing COVID in your office. Everybody gets sick all of a sudden.
Right. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So leadership begins with you, and it begins with that first impression you make on your staff and everything else. It's kind of hard to flip an opinion back, right? Kind of like on a sale. It's kind of hard to recoup once you lost the trust or the the whatever. Cool. Anyways, it's been a long day, Mr. Craig. Let's leave it with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do it. One more thing. Drop it like it's hot.
The leadership it like you said, it all comes down to the leader, him or herself. And what you see a lot, and on the internet or wherever you talk to people, you hear people complaining, right? Oh, my staff, oh this, but they're complaining. They're making up excuses about everybody else when at the end of the day, it's your business. If shit isn't working, it's because of you. And right. I think understanding that, like, okay, it's falling apart. Like you changed some stuff and it got a little wonky and you're not writing as much. And you didn't start going, well, it's, their fault. It's their fault. It's like, did I do the right thing? It's like you think about it and it's like, hey, look, if things go sideways, it's my fault. If things are going great, then I give them credit. But when it's going sideways, I know at the end of the day, it's the dude looking in the mirror in the morning. It's my fault. And
it's the man in the mirror.
Yeah. And yeah. It's critical to be able to put the ego to the side. Kill the ego. The ego has no place in this freaking place. It doesn't do anything. Oh, I'm the best. Oh, my decision is final and right. It's like, why?
Ego is a virus.
Yeah, it is. And it's like everybody wants to be right, but it doesn't matter if you're right. It matters if you're effective. It matters if you put the right things in place. It matters if you take responsibility. There's so many things happening in the real world right now. Is it this? Is it this? Who knows? Well, ultimately, you got to look at the outcome. What is your outcome? What are you trying to do? Like the people call, the clients call, they complain about something. And it's like, you don't need to get in this pissing match about the how. Just say, look, what do you want? What's your outcome? What did you expect? What are your expectations? We'll solve for that. I'm going to sit here, this happened. Then, you know what? What is your expectation of what should happen? And then let's work backwards. Rant over.
I love it. Love it. Truth.
But are you looking at the man in the mirror? We got to drop that song.
I'm going to listen to that after this. I'm in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, Mr. Craig.
Oh, yeah. We lost a good one. We lost Michael. Lost a good one.
We did.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's a bad one. Who knows?
I don't know.
He did go to his house.
Right? I literally don't know, and this is a true story. I'm at this crossroads in my life where I don't know what's true and what's not anymore.
No. I could see something happen on the street and still be unsure if it actually happened.
Yeah.
I mean, is this just are we just in a dream?
I don't know.
If we are the best insurance podcast in that dream. So thank you for listening. You, the listener.
And that will be a coffee talk.
Hey, you've got to check out the Insurance Dudes Inner Circle coming soon, where you get extended interviews as well as live coffee talks in our private Facebook group. Join the mailing list today at theinsurancedudespodcast.com. Hey, thanks for checking out the Insurance Dudes. Hey, please subscribe. We got some really great stuff coming out.